Welcome to the NBL1 preview show brought to you by 2 Feet in the Paint. I'm James Milan and this is
Garen Cordian.
And today we're going to be previewing the Bears home openers. They've got two games coming up this weekend on the Friday night versus the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, the local derby. And then on Saturday taking on the new Penrith Panthers in their first NBL1 season. But we're going to start with that Manly game. In fact, the Bears and Manly have already played this season, the opening game of the year for both teams. Bears came up trumps that game, 87-71. Pretty convincing performance with Brendan Reimer popping off for 25 points. And Lewis Holey in his debut game in the NBL1 with 14 rebounds. So very convincing outing from the North Bears. They'll be looking to do that again this Friday night. Meanwhile, for Manly, hasn't been a great start to the season, only getting one win. They're 1-3 at the moment, sitting in 12th spot on the NBL1 men's ladder. Last week, had a tough loss to Illawarra going down 69-94. But Garen, for Bears fans out there who haven't seen Manly play this year, who's their X-Factor player? Who should be looking out for?
It's a completely new team, firstly, for Manly from what we saw last team. But this season, look out for import Noah Thomas, the tank and the engine of the team. 16-5-5 in his last game. Likes to get shots up nice and early. Pocket rocket, has really good energy on the team. Some nights can really shoot you into a game, and other nights just tries to look for his teammates more and get the flow going. But yeah, really provides that energy Manly needs with this fresh team, new team. So.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Francois Deismar, unfortunately, hanging up the boots this season. He's been missed, one of our favourites here in 2 Feet in the Paint. But back to Noah Thomas just quickly. Last game against Illawarra was one of the shining spots. 16 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. And for the season is averaging 12 points, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. So as you're saying, Garen, not just a shot maker, but also sets his teammates up well, gets after it. With the rebounds as well. Defensively, a very strong player, of course. That comes from his experience in college. Played 3 seasons with the Drake Bulldogs and also has NBL1 experience in NBL1 North for the Southern Districts Spartans.
Yeah, I saw his highlights and they were ridiculous.
Yeah.
He had a 12 assist game off 16 or 18 points. So yeah, can really just showcase his combo guard skills. So. Yeah,
and goes to show we're keeping an eye on the NBL1 North competition as well. Big shout out to Townsville, our favourite team. And also another player to keep your eye out for Manly is Mitchell Evans. He's averaging 13 points this season, but man, the guy has a silky ass jump shot. Can really move and shoot at the same time. Absolutely lethal from the mid-range. Got a great 3-point shot as well. And also looks very similar to a Manly sporting legend, David Williams. So
I thought you were going to say Teen Wolf, but yeah, Dave Williams too, yeah.
Yeah, well, they did call him the Wolfman, the old Manly winger. So I'm going to bring that up on screen. You can be the judge of that one. Of course, a 2000 star for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles in the rugby league. So yeah, there you go. The Wolfmen, they love living up there on the northern beaches. And for our Bears, Garen, 3-1 start to the season, sitting in 6th spot at the moment. Their first loss came last game against the Centre of Excellence. It wasn't a great day out for the Bears, 114-68 loss, but that's, of course, a very tough Centre of Excellence team. But one player who did step up that game was Junior Muduits, and he's been an absolute star for the Bears this season. 26 points he's averaging, so he's leading the league in scoring. Of course, plays NBL for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and had 24 points against the Centre of Excellence. So Junior Muduit really living up to the expectations of Bears fans, and we're going to see him live for the first time at the Bear Cave this Friday night. Garen, who else for the Bears do you think has been important this year and is going to be crucial for the Bears looking to make a big playoff run?
And my guy's Brendan Reimer, consistent as always, reliable as always. Really worked on that jump shot and proved last season part of that NBL1 East team. And this season really going to showcase it as well. 25 points in his first game. Off the dribble, catch and shoot. Can take it to the rack and draw contact. Really smart with his shot selection. Has really good shot IQ is what I call it. Knows when to knows when to shoot and get his teammates involved. And a really good combination with Junior Muduit as 1-2 punch for our North Bears.
Yeah, really saw it in that Bankstown Bruins game, the first game those two played together, and it was beautiful to watch. Brendan Reimer with the keys to the team, playing more point guard this year, which is great to see. Back in more of his natural position that you saw him play before his college days and in his early North time, back in the Waratah League. Brendan Reimer averaging 17 points this season, and of course his season high 25 points came against Manly. So he'll be looking to repeat that again on Friday night at the Bear Cave, and that's just the first game of the weekend, because on the Saturday we've got Penrith coming to town, the Penrith Panthers in their first NBL1 season. Not doing great, unfortunately. The boys from the foot of the mountain, sitting in 16th place at the moment, 0-4 record. Last game against the Crusaders though, a little more competitive, 86-75 loss. But for the Panthers, first year in NBL1, still looking to find their feet. A very young team. And Garen, we actually had the privilege of commentating the Penrith Panthers Youth League final last season. What did you notice from that Youth League team? What did you notice from that Penrith brand of basketball? Yeah,
don't look at their record. They're a young team. It's their first season. They got a great coach in Jared Moore, someone with a ton of experience as part of that Basketball New South Wales program. Really just knows how to drill in on his players on what to work on, always have a positive mindset, head-up attitude. 0-4 record means nothing to them. It's where can they improve, where can they move on to the next game. And we're privileged enough to commentate them last year in the Youth League finals. The Fatui brothers were people that stepped up that we didn't think would step up and hit some really big shots. And it's all about chemistry. This team started from the ground on up, and they worked their way up from probably under 14s, under 12 onwards. So these boys have good chemistry, good camaraderie, and they just know how to buy into a system, and they're still young, so they're up against a lot of tough teams. It's what to expect, and they're close games. 75-86 is only an 11-point loss, and I'm sure there's a lot to take away in the film sessions. So,
And you mentioned the Fatui brothers, of course, dominated and actually pretty much were the X factor that got Penrith that Youth League championship last season. Caleb's been balling out, 11 points, 8 rebounds. Now, it might not show up too much on the stat sheets, it might not sound too impressive, but he's really dominating in the paint, and it's that presence that you feel. Of course, in that last game against Central Coast, at 24 points, his brother Jaden, averaging 7 points this season. They've really got that kind of Morris Twins synergy going on, the Fatui brothers. So Bears fans, make sure we watch out for the Fatuis on the Saturday.
Don't treat any team lightly. Don't take any record lightly. They're a great team and they're coached well, so it's going to be a good competition. Yeah,
and another player who I'd like to highlight for the Penrith Panthers is actually young gun Brody Schwarzer. Now, this guy's only 19. He's in the NBL1 squad. He's not playing Youth League this year, even though he did dominate Youth League last year. He actually got 52 three-pointers in Youth League last year and averaged 12 points.
Sniper.
Yeah, so Brody Schwarzer, look, although he hasn't popped off too much in the NBL1 season, definitely one to watch going forward. Brody Schwarzer will definitely be a star of the future, and I can see Penrith really building their program around him. So maybe he'll pop off against the Bears. Look, as Bears fans, hopefully he won't. But another player from that Youth League team who's one to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, all it takes is a couple baskets for him to see go in and changes his whole game. He's a confidence guy,
So it's all ahead of us, Bears fans and NBL1 fans. It's going to be a great weekend. Of course, that last weekend off due to Easter. So got a doubleheader this weekend. Manly on the Friday night, Penrith on the Saturday. Hope to see as many people out there at the Bear Cave. Of course, if you can't make it, you can join us on NBL1, the website or on the app, and stream the game live. Me and Garen will be commentating that. And looking forward to a good weekend of basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be great fun, doubleheader action. Stay tuned, it's going to be awesome.
All right, thank you ladies and gentlemen for tuning in to the 2 Feet in the Paint NBL1 preview show.